Make lunch extraordinary with Catalina's premium pasta. Come find us every Thursday at NCU, just outside the DCS lab.
Yeah.
Be sure to shoot your order to our DMs on Instagram at pasta.catalina. Get listed from Monday to Wednesday before our sales. You better be keen. Come join the scene. It's Catalina's Cuisine. The Breakdown with Ramon Gordon. Hi everybody, Ramon here. Welcome to another episode of The Breakdown. This is going to be one of the more somber recordings that you'll hear from me. And this really isn't something I ever thought that I would be talking about on this show in particular, because I aim to have all my pieces be as light as is possible. But when something needs to be talked about, it would be remiss of me to ignore it. Now, over the past few years, there has been a spike in violence against women in Jamaica. Now, in front of me is an article that was published on today's the 13th of January. I'm probably going to be posting this later, but just for context, it was posted on the 13th of January. And the article paints this picture of something that has become commonplace in Jamaica space, regrettably so. The article reads that a St. Elizabeth man who reportedly stabbed his spouse to death on Sunday night is in custody and is to be questioned by detectives from the Nain police this week. Now, apparently, this man stabbed his wife, he killed her, and that's all the information they give in this article. I'm not sure what transpired before the killing. I don't know what happened leading up to it. I just know, say, the man stabbed and killed him wife or him girlfriend. It's his wife, it's his spouse. And then after the fact, he killed himself. Now, how do we even begin to have this conversation? Because this should need to be a conversation, for Christ's sake. Why is it that whenever, we have any sort of disagreement or we experience some conflict, our first instinct as a people is to, resort to violence? Now, on social media, there has been outrage. Everybody is angry, and rightfully so. But I don't think that anger will do much for this conversation. Hang the boy, cut off him penis, or whatever they say. They say a lot of very graphic things on social media, a lot of graphic things that are warranted, mind you. But in spewing all this hate and all this anger, we ignore the fact, or we gloss over the fact, that there are some serious issues that have presented themselves in our Jamaica. Men in particular seem incredibly entitled. Yeah? If them there with a woman, the woman is his and his alone, and she dare not violate him by giving him bun or anything else that is considered to be as disrespectful as bun. How dare she? She bright and out of order, she feisty, she's mine. Women in Jamaica have been relegated to nothing. Literally. Some men see them as only sex toys. And I hope I'm not coming off too, graphic. But I don't know how else to articulate this. Women in Jamaica are treated like property. And that's a very bold statement for me to make, but it's the truth. And you have some people who come on social media and they have the audacity, the gall even, to say that, well, if she never go into a relationship with him and she knows say married very titty, she wouldn't did. I mean, sure. She should never have gotten into a relationship with a married man or a man who is with somebody else. And I'm not talking about this situation now. I'm bringing in facts from others. Yeah, she shouldn't have, meddled with a taken man. But regardless of her promiscuity and his promiscuity, in a gay life, to end life, to take human life. How dare you? How dare you? Why is it that when a woman threatens to leave or cheats on you, some of you men out there think it's okay to inflict physical harm? For what reason? If a woman wants to leave, if a man wants to leave, you let them go. You let them go. And in the wake of these killings, there have been a lot of people on social media saying, oh, men are trash, men are this, men are that. And as a man, I'm sorry, but I have to agree. Apparently men are trash. Absolute and total trash. Now, men, before you take your unmanicured thumbs and type out insults beneath this podcast, I'm going to need you to allow me to explain my stance. Yeah? Now, when you have a basket of fruit, you have a beautiful gala apple, you have a nice and sweet, what's that banana called? Gros Michel banana. And you have a little pineapple, a sugar pine, and you have a lime. If the pineapple start to spoil, then that going to spread to the lime, that going to spread to the pineapple, and that going to spread to the gala apple. And lo and behold, sooner or later, you're not going to be able to tell the difference between what is good and what is spoilt. Now, as a man, I recognize that there are some really problematic characters in my community who target women, who step over women, who treat them like absolute filth. And I'm admitting wholeheartedly that I have absolutely no idea how to address this. I can't lie to you. I'm not a psychological pundit. I haven't conducted any research. I haven't read through any case files. I haven't, drafted any questionnaires. I do not know what to say. But men in general, let me not only say men, us Jamaicans do not know how to manage our emotions. We do not know how to have civilized conversations. We do not know how to be kind to each other. We do not know how to step back, take a breather, and then go back and have that conversation that is oftentimes important. We jump up so quickly to defend our honor, or what we think our honor is, when more times than none, what we're doing is uncalled for. And in doing so, we hurt countless people. We end endless lives. Now, what do I even say? Oh my goodness. If I find the voice note from a case similar to the ones I've been talking about, I'll play it somewhere in this show, just to give you some additional context, because I think it needs to be in your face. It needs to be in your face because this is a serious problem. And then you have some people writing articles, and the first thing that you see is that the devil was inside him. And Rere Tete, stop trying to make excuses for mental health issues. I seem so in the olden days, when women have them period, they had to stay far away from men because they were seen as what? Unclean. Because many people thought it was evil spirits leaving their bodies. So they were to have no contact with anybody else while they were bleeding. During that time, they didn't have the knowledge that we have now. They weren't as learned as we are today. So we have no excuse for using the same theocratic excuses to try and pardon the transgressions of these men. It's sad. It's deplorable. It's upsetting. And frankly, if that is what the church is going to continue to do, I suggest they sit down and shut up. Because for an island having more churches per square mile than almost anywhere in the world, we seem pretty lost. We seem to be drifting without guidance. And why is that so? Is it that our teachings are flawed? Is it that our mode of delivery is flawed? Why have we, as a Christian nation, fallen so far from the graces of God? I don't know if you believe in the Christian God, the Muslim God, the Jewish God, the Buddhist God, the Sikh God. I don't know which God you believe in, but if you believe in a God, for Christ's sake, you can't think that this is okay. You have to. I have observed that there is a problem. It's a problem that will be the end of us because we're killing each other. We are killing each other. Well, brethren, women are trash too, you know, because, well, shut up, please. Silence yourself. Shut up. Please, shut up. Are there women that are trash? Sure thing. But you know, you sound like trying to, minimize the story of these people, of these women. You sound like those all lives matter people in the United States that say, oh, all lives matter. Obviously, all lives matter. That was never up for debate. But at this particular point in time, black people are being victimized now more than ever. And some may argue that that's a misnomer because of slavery or whatever, but I'm talking within the context of our 21st century lives. You know? And the same is to be said about the men are trash movement. No, I'm not saying it right to call the man trash. Because even though I admit to be trash by association to the community, in my personal dealings, I like to believe that I'm far from trash. But I understand that there needs to be a place for this dialogue. There needs to be a space for conversation that will lead to a safer environment for our ladies, for our girls, for our young boys, and for our men. We need to become more comfortable sharing different ideas. We need to become more comfortable hearing different ideas. Emotion shouldn't be a fussy thing or a Batman thing. You should be able to express yourself freely. I felt this way when you said Rere Tete, and maybe next time if you just lower this or do that or change this up. Talk to each other. Talk to each other. Talk to each other. Killing should never, ever be an option. And if you know in your heart that you can't manage the girl thing, and if you get into a relationship and the girl diss you, you're going to feel like you have to diss her back. May I ask you, Mr. Sir, take a step back and move. Stay by yourself. back your fist. Leave the girls alone. But Jada Kingdom say, execution for rapists. Now, I'm not for capital punishment at all. But I am for some very comprehensive studies that answer these questions that we haven't been able to answer. Why is the crime rate so high? Why is violence against women a problem here? Why we are killing each other? Why we can't live in love? One of the largest proponents of love, Bob Marley, is from Jamaica. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel all right. In the land of wood, water, and ganja, there's literally no reason for us to be so hateful, so nasty, and so murderous. Absolutely no reason. Guys, we have to be moved. We have to be moved by these stories to action. We can go on social media all we like, and we can cuss everybody, criticize everything. But if we individually don't decide to do something ourselves, then we're going to be stuck where we are. So what are you doing, Ramon? I'm talking right now. I'm sharing my grievances. I'm expressing my hurt. Will this get to the requisite authorities? I have absolutely no idea. Would I like it to? Sure thing. Because we as a nation need to come together to cut off this monster's head. The cutting off of this head is the only form of violence I will support. We need to decapitate the monster that is crime. We can clean up with beaches, we can fix up with hotels, we can plant trees, we can do everything we want. If we continue to kill ourselves, then there'll be nothing left. The beaches will mean nothing. The hotels will mean nothing. The good music, the good vibes will mean nothing. We will mean nothing. So this is a call to action. I don't care how small of a contribution you make, even if it's in a tweet a day, a story a day, a message a day. Just tell somebody that you love them. Just text somebody and let them know that they're loved. Be approachable. If you realize that one of your friends is going through something, say, hey, what's up? Have that conversation with them and see if you can help in any way, shape, or form. Be there for them. Because we need each other. We're not going to survive without each other. We need to dismantle the faculty of crime. It should have no place on our shores. As Jamaicans, as a Caribbean people, we should be driven by love. The same good vibes and unity that governs parties and fetes or whatever is the same good vibes that should be extended everywhere else. Now, to you theologians listening to this, I'm not saying that we should be on the road skinning out. I'm saying that we should move together as one. And be reminded also that Jamaica is not a theocracy. So though the church likes to put their hand in everything and try to dictate how the country should be run, please, your advice hasn't helped in the past, and it most certainly won't help now. So please sit this one out. Jamaica, let's work together towards something that we've never dreamed of, something that we've never been able to dream of. A homeland free of crime and filled with love. Thank you. This has been another episode of The Breakdown with me, Ramon Gordon. I don't know when next I'll post. I say this at the end of every episode, but I'm serious. If I feel inspired to talk again, I will. If not, you'll hear from me when you hear from me. Yeah? Please follow me on my socials. On Twitter, it's Ramon D. Gordon. That's RAMOND Gordon. And on Instagram, it's Saint Ramon. That's SAINTRAMON. Yeah? Thanks for sitting with me. Take care.
I never go to the vaccinate. I don't know if you like, you know. I have good feelings. Yes, to blood clot.